Hello, my loves. How's everybody doing? Be honest. How's life treating you? It's okay if it's doing amazing. It's okay if it's humbling you, you know? We have our seasons. What am I, feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. I think after this, I'm gonna go on a little run. Also take Oreo on a walk, stuff like that. We're gonna do a channeled message today from the angels and guides and see what comes through, and we're just gonna drop right in and see what's going on in the collective, what wants to come through. I'm feeling excited. I think this is gonna be a really good message. I'm drinking my hibiscus tea. I try to be classy, but sometimes I'm just like, you know. All right, let's go. I'm seeing a frog and it's going ribbit, 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 ribbit. And I'm seeing this princess come up, and I'm seeing the princess kiss the frog, and then him turn into a man. I'm seeing them hold hands, like lock arms and skip off. And then I'm hearing that's how much power this collective holds. That they can turn a frog into a prince. And then I'm hearing that sometimes you forget that you hold that power, but everybody else doesn't. Everybody else sees it clear as day. And I'm seeing a lot of frogs coming in, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And then I'm hearing they all want you to kiss them. And then I'm seeing them turn into a prince. And then when I'm seeing the woman and the man lock arms and run away, I'm hearing to remember the power that you hold, because others see this and others are attracted to this, because the power you hold is a transformational that big that brings people forward into the same frequency as you. And then I'm seeing the princess stop, look the prince in the eyes and say, wait a minute. You don't actually want to be here. You just see the power that I hold, and you're curious about where it can take you. And now I'm seeing the princess just crying because she's questioning, how many frogs did I kiss purely on the fact that they just liked the power that I held? And then I'm hearing used and abused. And then I'm hearing that was the whole point, though. And then I'm hearing each frog that you kissed wasn't for nothing. Those frogs needed that love. And I'm actually seeing when the princess removes herself, I'm seeing that people, all the frogs, all the people, it even represents, it doesn't just mean relationship, it represents people seeing the value in you, but they were never meant to see the value in you while you were in their life because of the fact that they were just teachers to show you the power that you have always had within. Your divine power is to elevate others. But during that process, you forgot to elevate yourself because you were too busy kissing all these frogs. And then they're showing me a mirror. They're showing the princess brushing her hair. And she's doing it real fast. But then I'm seeing her brushing a prince's hair. Okay, and like I said, this doesn't just mean relationship. This is just how the story is being perceived to me. And they're showing her taking the time brushing their hair. But every time it comes back to her, she's brushing her hair all fast and quick. And then I'm seeing this last frog she kissed. That's when, when she looked and she's like, wait, you don't really want to be here. You just like the power that I hold. That was an aha moment. And then I'm hearing introspection. Tower. The tower was crying and feeling used and abused. But it was only to I'm hearing snap her out of it. This could be her or him. Of realizing all that frog kissing, all that elevation was always giving externally and needed to see the power of giving it externally. And then it reflects that, oh, I could give that internally. And with this collective, I'm feeling like this is just now where this collective's at. And now I'm hearing curiosity. Curiosity of, oh, wait, if I had all this power to elevate all around me, but feeling like showing me the aggressive hair brushing, quick getting ready, but taking the time for everybody else, wondering if I put that towards myself, would I be able to transfer myself from a frog to a prince? And it's not necessarily into a prince, but it's saying like the alchemical process of just that transformation. Do I have the power to hold, to use that for my transformation? And then I'm hearing ding, 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 ding. And I'm hearing, wait, I'm not allowed to do that though. I'm hearing, the world needs me, the world needs me. And then I'm hearing, the world can't need you until you need yourself. And then they're telling me to say that again. The world can't need you until you need yourself. And then I'm hearing, until you've absolutely hit rock bottom and needed yourself, you were not able to unlock the power within because you never realized that you were turning frogs into princes. because you were just doing one after another, one after another, one after another, because you had this frequency of the world needs me. That you were blind to the fact that you had this power all along. And then I'm hearing distortion and distraction from level ups. I'm hearing lots of distractions. Lots of distractions. And then yesterday I saw a deer when I was driving. I drove past a business that was fenced in and barricaded and had like barbed wire on the top of the fence, and I saw a deer stuck, and I went to go help it, and I was gonna call the cops to like get help for it because it was like kicking the fence and just felt really scared and caged, and it kept like running into the fence and pacing back and forth. And as soon as I was starting to give the address of the place, the deer finally found a way and just jumped out. And I was like, oh wait, where'd it go? And I'm being told that resembles you unlocking this power that you have to now transfer all that energy that you've been outsourcing into yourself, and realizing you've had the key to set yourself free and realize this power that you've had within, but you needed the need to be needed. And I'm seeing a princess at the top of the castle, isolated. And now I'm seeing her brush her hair calmly, but out of disassociation and boredom. And then I'm seeing when she escaped out of the castle, that's why she was kissing all these frogs, because she didn't see people. There's nothing to be found but these frogs. But she held so much power when she kissed them. They turned into these people, and she hasn't seen people for so long. She's just like blinded by the fact that she finally sees people. And then I'm hearing burr, burr, burr. And I'm seeing maybe the next frog, maybe the next frog, maybe the next frog. And then I'm seeing a deer come forward, and the princess kissing a deer and it not turning into anything. And then I'm seeing butterflies in the stomach. I'm seeing time slow down. Nose nuzzles with the deer. And I see her saying, "You see me, don't you?" And in that moment, she felt seen for the first time. And I'm hearing you didn't have to kiss all these frogs to feel seen. That you're deeply connected to nature, and that nature sees you, and I know that feels lonely. But then I'm seeing a knight come through, ready to save this princess, but she doesn't need saving because, or maybe she does. Maybe she does need saving. I'm actually hearing she does need saving, because along the way when she kissed all these frogs, there was too much noise around her to realize that there was another city. Away from this isolation, away from the noise. And I'm seeing all these people that turned into frogs, almost making nature kind of stay more away because they like the quietness, right? as this knight's coming forward, I'm also seeing other people coming forward, a tribe. And then I'm seeing the knight swoop up the princess. I'm seeing all the frogs spread out that are now people. And then when the knight's going off, I'm seeing the people behind the knight that's resembling Soul Tribe family. And I'm seeing nature following behind them. Like I'm seeing deer and the other animals just following behind them. And then I'm seeing stepping into a city where nature and tribe, aka soul family, coexist. I'm seeing the princess take a lot of time even after meeting the soul family, the knight. It's like she got put back in isolation, but not in a punishful way, in a way of needing a different type of realignment. That way, the princess can hear the truth instead of mixing the truth of the frogs with the new soul tribe, if that makes sense. This is just how it's being relayed to me. And then I'm hearing that this tribe can also turn frogs into people. But they know their power, so they have way more discernment and boundaries, and work together as a team and honor and know when somebody needs something without being said. It's an understanding. And I'm seeing this princess just be kind of like brought back to life slowly. And it's kind of funny because I'm seeing them just bring like food to the door and kind of sliding it under. But not in a harsh way, just of a way of it just keeps telling me realignment. So the truth can be heard before coming out to the new reality and maybe spreading the past into the new reality. That's why this disconnection, this isolation is necessary to move forward, to clear out the fog of the past and listen to what needs to come through moving forward, so we don't bring the past to the future, to the present. And I'm hearing the princess could have always done it on her own, but I'm hearing that she's done it on her own long enough that the lesson isn't doing it on its own anymore. It's actually realizing that there is people that want to help and come forward and that understand and see the power within without having to explain it. It's already felt and understood. I'm seeing the princess come out of isolation with a new empowerment of realizing that all these frogs that she kissed wasn't victimhood. It was necessary to help elevate. And while elevating and creating this community and allowing them to rise into their humanness. Because they were always human, they just forgot they were human. Not literally, but just forgot their humanness, their truth, their power within, the alchemical process that can happen when you remember your power. That this was necessary to help them evolve in that society. And also, when the isolation process happens, that's when the download and the information becomes unlocked of realizing the power that's held within. But she would have never understood that if she never, for one, had the isolation, and for two, kissed all those frogs that showed her the power that she had from her presence, from her love. And then I'm being told there's a blindfold put on for a reason. Why was the blindfold put on for a reason? Because you weren't ever meant to understand your power until the time was right, until you had a team behind you. That understood the power that you have to help navigate it, because they've already unlocked theirs. And they're growing too, in ways you can help elevate them. They can also help elevate you into stepping into your power. But before that power was unlocked, you needed to find that support system that already knows how to navigate that power so you can use it wisely. And then I'm hearing boundaries, and I'm hearing protection. And I'm hearing realignment of that power and knowing how to use it in a way that empowers you and others without feeling like you go unseen and unheard. With this support, on moments that you feel like you will feel unseen and unheard, you will have people supporting you and reminding you that you can move forward safely and that you're no longer alone. And then I'm seeing the woman really taking her time brushing her hair all of a sudden, singing in the shower, being playful with animals, but also connecting deeply with others. And then I'm seeing a fire, and I'm seeing everybody sitting around the fire talking deeply to one of another, no distractions. And then I'm seeing the princess that's in this story laying back and watching a star, shooting star. And then I'm just feeling a deep breath, like, and hearing this is where I'm meant to be. And I'm hearing just as much as you were looking for those people, they were looking for you too. And I want to emphasize that those frogs were not bad people. They were just lost in the same town that you were. Alone, scared, feeling unseen, unheard. And you stepping into that and showing them their humanness allowed them to unlock the humanness within them and their divine power. And that's a beautiful thing to do, and never feel bad about that. You allowed them to rise and remember that they are just one and the same. And by taking away, you being taken away, was taking because you transferred them into their, like, showed them their humanness, because we don't do anything for others, you know, we're a mirror. But until you were taken away, they would have always thought that you were the one with this power. And that's not fair for them, because the whole teaching of that was to mirror to them that they are the same. And then I'm seeing a city elevate and connect with each other, all those frogs that turned into humans, that remember their humanness and their divine nature, connecting with each other on a deeper level, and it's spreading and spreading and spreading, and the town's growing and growing and growing, and it went from being a really quiet, sad, lonely town to a deep, connected. I'm seeing people hug each other, shake each other's hand, look each other in the eyes while they talk. It grew into a beautiful place. But also you had to leave to allow them to fully remember that it was them and not you, you know? But also same thing with your soul family that came and got you, you know? They came to get you because you needed to remember that you're also with that power. And then I'm seeing like you were also a frog because you didn't know that you had that power as well. And then it took your soul tribe coming and carrying you out to remember that you did that you also hold that power to unlock that peace in other people, and how to step forward into owning that truth about yourself, and that it's a beautiful gift that's meant to be shared but protected with discernment and other like-minded individuals. And the last thing that's being said is, the people that get it will get it. You don't need to ask them to get it. They will just understand. Don't go your whole life without being understood. It's okay to shed. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel misunderstood. But remember, there's this tribe out there that's ready to see you, ready to hold you, and you will never be too much or take up too much space for them. But to also remember the power that holds in the in-between times where you need to reconnect with realigning with your truth and clearing out the fog so you don't transfer that into the next chapter. And sometimes new environments is what allows you to step fully into a new reality. And that is all. That is all I'm getting right now. Is that it, Spirit? Okay, thank you. I'm so sleepy. Interesting. I love when they do that. A little princess and a frog. Alright, anyways. Beautiful message. I'm gonna go re-listen to that in a little bit. I think I'm gonna go on a nice run. It's been nice in Ohio. I got shorts on. I'm gonna take little Mimi on a walk and call it a day. I'm really excited because I'm about to send off my first painting all the way to Canada. So that's pretty cool. Anywho's, okay, I'm gonna end it there. Love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful week. Bye.